Hello, umami seekers. We are sitting here in my office in San Anselmo up in Marin County, and I thought I would show you exactly how to make a perfect cup of matcha. So we're going to need a couple of basic tools, and if you guys don't have these, I'm happy to provide them. They're kind of essential. You probably have, well, start off with a little creamer. I designed these creamers especially to make matcha in, but basically you can use anything that's got a slightly wider bottom than the top. The idea is that we're going to take this this air latte frothing tool, and we're going to whip up this crazy, wonderful matcha crema with it. And when you stick this thing in here, it's pretty powerful, so it's going to send out force. So the creamer needs to be able to, deal with it. So you couldn't have a tall, skinny one. You need sort of a shorter one with a wider bottom. So anything will do, but I do have them if you need them. We also need this little sieve. And we need this little scooper. Now you don't need the scooper, but it's shaped exactly perfectly for this particular need that we have. And I like to just set all three of these tools in here in this tall cup like this. It just makes everything, a lot easier. You go to make a cup of matcha, look for the cup, there's everything you need right there. So let's just do it. So we take one of these scooper thingies and we fish out a heaping scoop, which happens to be about, let's see if I can get you guys a close up here. It's about half a teaspoon of matcha. And we put it in there and we sieve it. Now the reason we have to sieve it is that it's so finely ground, as you can see, that static electricity creates these clumps in it. It's a lot like cocoa. If you ever try to make a cup of cocoa and you pour milk over it and you get these cocoa clumps, it's really exactly the same principle. Where if you sieve the cocoa, you get this really creamy, smooth brew. Same with matcha. We have to sieve it to get this really creamy, smooth brew. Now, this is, you can do this in advance. You can actually sift a whole tin of this stuff in advance to save time. Since you probably don't want to sift, one by one in the heat of the action when somebody orders one. So, yeah, you can do this ahead of time to save some time. So that's it, just like that. Back in it goes. And we're going to add a little bit of water. We're going to add about an ounce of hot water. Now, when I say hot water, it's fairly specific. It's somewhere between 160 and 180 degrees. We don't want to pour boiling water over this because it will scald the matcha. The amino acids that make up the umami, glutamic acids in there, don't like boiling water. They just sort of, they kind of die. So in order to get the full umami effect, the temperature has to be within the range of about 160 to 180. I just measured this. This is about 170, so it's perfect. So I'm going to pour in about an ounce of water, about a shot glass. Not very much, really. You could make a lot better crema with matcha if you use less water. So whenever in doubt, less is more always with water. Start with less, and we can thin it out later if it's too thick. I'll show you how to do that in a minute too. So what I'm doing here is I've grabbed the air latte tool, and I'm just kind of basically mixing it around and kind of swirling it just to get it kind of familiar. And then I'm going to turn on the machine, little device. And I don't know how well you can see this, but I've almost got the creamer horizontal right now, and I'm really frothing the very top of it. I'm not way down into the water like that, into the tea. I'm way up top, so I'm kind of like frothing the froth, as it were. So that's it. You only need about 8 to 10 seconds of frothing at the most, and we get this really, really heady, incredibly great brew. I'm going to touch this screen to get us back into a different mode here. Hold on one sec. And see if you can see this. It's really, really lovely stuff. Alas, my cameraman is missing. We're doing this solo today. So, and then we're going to pour it into this lovely creamer. And the way we do that is we keep swirling it like this. And by doing that, you can't see it because of this angle, but it really, really makes the sides of the creamer this wonderful little wall of bright green matcha. It's really, really pretty. And then we're just going to pour it into the cup. It's super thick right now. A nice thick one. And that is just beautiful. Let me just show you again how this works. You see that? Yeah. And then, if you want to thin it out, you're going to have to test this with your customers, but I think slightly thinner is perfect on that. And that's really about it. I mean, that's one beautiful cup of matcha.